Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Witjh Kristie, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
This is Kristen Gamer, and you are tuned into my mom, Kristie J.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey. What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars. On hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
It's Kristie J from the Chisholm Report. You're tuned in to Hot 702.5.
This is Kristen Gamer, and you are tuned into my mom, Kristie J. This is Hot 702.5.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah, if I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. Instead of spending billions on the war, I can use that money so I can feed the poor. Cause I know some so poor. When it rains, that's when they shower, scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, yeah. I know some soldiers that sleep but they can't dream, wake up with screams, sounds of M16. So take this medal of honor for your bravery. I wish you the best, kid. you and your family. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president.
But the radio won't play this. They call it rebel music. How can you refuse it? Children of Moses, tell the children the truth, the truth.
It's not all that bling that's diamond. Tell them the truth, the truth. Most of y'all wear cubic zirconium. Tell them the truth, yeah. Your soul is worth more than diamonds.
If I was president, all blacks, I had reparation, no segregation, feed the nation so there's no famine. Muslims, Jews, Christians, with all whole hands every week on the beach, party by the sand. Word up, take trips on Air Force One. Don't need to bring the homeless with no sneaks to Air Force One. Better schools in the hood, better teachers for the classes, making money, paying no tax. Find the best scientists, tell them come up with an answer. I want the cure for AIDS and cancer, but I gotta watch my back. Snipers on the hill with the steel, waiting to J.F.
I was president. I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president. I feel the rain coming. Let me play my guitar for them right now.
Let's go.
Refugees.
Good morning. Thank you guys for coming in. This is the Chisholm Report, and you are in with Kristie J. Thank you guys for coming in and sitting with me. Let's go ahead and get to the obvious. I'm supposed to do an interview today with Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson did give us an email today saying that he would have to reschedule. I did feel a certain type of way when I first heard it, because you know how you be getting ready, like this felt like a first date, okay? You know, so like I did my fresh twist out, you know, I was ready with my questions. I was excited, anxiety for the last 2 days, and then he had an emergency. So normally in my dating life, I don't give a second chance, but because this is an interview, sir, I cannot wait to still be able to sit with you and speak with you. So if you guys are on, because I was supposed to be on with Dr. Umar, he won't be here today. We are rescheduling. We will give you new dates. But thank you, and stay, because I will talk about a couple of different things that I was going to speak with him about, and then we're just going to pivot and go into some other stuff about what's happening with politics, government, and black people around this country. So you have reached the Chisholm Report. Okay, I am Kristie J, and my background is political science. I have a political science degree from Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm very passionate about my people, knowing about what's happening in government policies, politics, and for us to be aware of it, how it applies to us on an everyday basis, and how to use it to benefit us. Okay, so this show is to be able to make sure you're aware and that we talk in a language where you understand what's going on. So, you know, we get a little risky. Here, we talk shit and politics. So call in if you have any additional questions, 702-551-5261. And we're going to go ahead and get started. How I'm going to first start this conversation off is I'm going to talk about some of the things that's happening here in Las Vegas. Now, you guys know that the kids are going back to school August the 7th. And that is really, really close. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys some resources on if you needed school supplies for your kids. First one is the National Latino Peace Officer Association at Walmart at 8060 West Tropical Parkway. That's 89149. This is today. This back to school drive is today, and it is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Go ahead and run by there. If you need supplies for your kids, tell them that Kristie J from the Chisholm Report sent you. Also, we have the People new Black Panther Party Las Vegas chapter is also doing a back to school drive at 1905 8th Street, Las Vegas, Nevada 89106 Mob. Just so you guys know that would be Saturday, July the 29th, and that starts at 8 a.m. and that goes to 1 p.m. I saw a lot of different back to school drives. So I saw them on Facebook. I saw them on the community. What is it? Las Vegas Community Resource Group. You can go on there and just look up back to school drive. It will literally pull up everything that you need in your area. Don't be afraid to use these resources, because if we don't use them, these things do go away because they're government issued, not government funded. You funded this. This is your tax dollars that go into the supplies being put out to the community. You should benefit. Okay. Resources. So I wanted to be, when I was going through my resources, I wanted to be able to talk to Dr. Umar about Pan-African. Okay. I wanted to know what it was. I wanted to know if he's been here before in Las Vegas, Nevada, and where does he go for his additional knowledge of Pan-Africanism, or books to read, things like that. So if you are a Pan-African and you live in Las Vegas, please go ahead and drop a location or some additional information that people can use so they can be able to look up that, so they can fraternize, function, and seek out knowledge from that background. Okay. So, like I said, I do have to pivot, but I want to be able to still give you guys a gist of who Dr. Umar is. Now, he is a activist. He is a political scientist. He is a doctor of child psychology. But I wanted you guys to see the lighter side of Dr. Umar. So I do have a clip, and let's go ahead and go into the clip. We'll discuss after.
The whole plan. I ain't going nowhere. But I appreciate the concern, my beautiful African queen. I hope your hair is natural.
You're not natural, baby. I see you got that perm in there. I still love you. You're gorgeous, but you're not nappy. You got to be nappy, baby. You got to be nappy. If I can't grab it, I can't have it.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip.
Heterosexual couples only. This is not a government-funded activity. I have the right to discriminate. Heterosexual couples only.
Donations, gifts.
Need all the hundreds and 50s, let's spread it. I'm with this shit, so let's get it. Killing it, leaving the body, no medics. Sounds like I'm Lenny Kravitz.
We're going to have a national Coons conference at FDMG. Yes, brothers and sisters, we have to have a national Coons conference.
Anybody who tells you they're running for office to help somebody, smack their ass in the face.
What you want to do? You want to box, nigga? You want a street rumble, or you want to get into the intellectual boxing ring?
Tyler Perry. Goddamn, brother. Can we please consider some other movies?
And I know that you probably have access to that.
I have a naughty picture from one of my sisters. It's gorgeous, but she's naughty. Cut it out.
With all this fake hair, like y'all so beautiful, are you addicted to the weave? Are you addicted to the perm?
So, like I said, I wanted to give you guys a lighter side of who Dr. Umar is. And I'm going to give you a little preview of my interview. I'm going to kind of tell you guys some of the questions that I were going to ask, but I felt like they were a little risque or raunchy, and he was not going to answer them. So I did not decide to put those questions into the interview with him. But I wanted to be able to talk to him. First of all, let me talk to y'all. Okay, for everybody that's in my inbox, that's the first thing you had to say was something negative about him. Never really looking at the fact that this was a interview for me. Okay. it is disrespectful to go onto other people's platforms when you have a platform of your own, a page of your own, okay? What you can do is anytime you don't agree with somebody, take that post, because it has a little button that says share, and you can share that to your page and put whatever your comment, whatever your response is on your own damn page, okay? But when people are trying to rally together to find knowledge or to be able to learn about a new black leader, we do not need your negative ass on everything, having something negative to say about everybody. And the same people that have something negative to say about the people never have a platform, never have anything to say in anything that they've done for the people. Go away. Get the hell on. Nobody needs that shit, okay? And the shit pissed me off because I got into it with at least a couple of people where the first thing they want to say is, oh, he's this, he's that. I don't give a damn what you say. Just know that that the whole purpose of me being able to expose him to my audience is I felt like there's something that y'all should hear. Now, it's not my decision on if you like him or if you don't like him, but I should be, as the person I am, sitting in the seat I should be exposing you to all the leaders that we have, because you're not going to agree with every last one of them. Okay? And I'm gonna point that out first. You're not going to agree with everything they have to say. The leaders are not always going to get along. Okay, but the whole purpose is for us as a people to have a common, similar goal for our people. Okay, so keep your negative comments to yourself unless you are bold enough to actually call in, because that's not what you're doing. Okay, everybody that's been negative have not been a person that's going to come out. They've been bot type accounts where you don't put your name, you don't put your picture up there, and you feel like you can say whatever because you are a coward. Okay, and you sit behind a fake ass picture and a fake ass profile to be able to talk shit. But in real life, you a lame. Nobody loves you, and you sit in a room by yourself in your parents' basement. So go to hell and go back to the basement and enjoy yourself. Okay. But if you bold enough, and if you're one of those people that I got into, the number is 702-551-5261. I want the smoke. I don't have a problem talking shit to you. Everybody else keep talking to me like, you gotta be the bigger person. Who said that the bigger person had to be the one to get beat up on? Who said that? Who said that because somebody else came on my post? Why are we not talking about the fact that I am reacting to the action? Okay, somebody came on on my post, said some stupid stuff, and then now I'm at their ass, and they feel like if we should do tit for tat. You hit me with a 2, I hit you with a 2. No. Fool, you hit me with a 2, I'm gonna hit you with 200. I'm ending this. This is for me to end the conversation. I'm not here to play with none of y'all. So know that if you go come for me, come to me with knowledge, facts, and then also come with me with respect, because I can keep a respect for you. We can disagree, but if you start disrespecting me, I am the best at it, okay? I am petty LaBelle, okay? I am petty white out this mug, and I will most definitely give it to you. And then at that point, they be like, you're educated, you're not supposed to be talking like that. What you talking about? Who said that educated people don't have cuss words in their vocabulary? Anyway, Dr. Umar, let me know when we go ahead and resume this so I can be able to give the people your information, make sure that they know that you have a school, that your school is built, that what's your next step with your school, what's your next event, how do the people register for your school, how do the people find employment with your school, or whatever the case may be. I'm here to be able to make sure that I'm a resource for my people to be able to reach you. Thank you. Okay. So moving on. All right. I did want to talk a little bit about, let's go into, what did I have? Tupac. Okay. So here in Las Vegas, you guys know that Tupac died about, 30 years ago? 50 years ago? Well, they decided to come up with some information lately after this man had already put out a book and already said that he was already there. He had been on plenty of documentaries saying that he was right there. He knows exactly who killed him. And they went to his house and raided this man's house for some additional information, looking for, if you still have information in your house, okay, from 30 years ago about a murder, you damn near need to go to jail, okay? Because that just don't make sense to me. How, if I knew I had incriminating information or evidence that puts me in as a murderer or a suspect or anything, I'm getting rid of that shit. I'm getting rid of it. I'm not going to sit and wait for 20, 30 years later for them to come and look at my garage and boop, there it is. That just doesn't make sense for me, right? So I do have a clip. Let's go ahead and go into the clip and we'll discuss after.
Nearly 27 years after the unsolved murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, police are sharing an update. On July 18th, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department confirms in a statement to NBC News that a search warrant was served in Henderson, Nevada on July 17th as part of the ongoing Tupac Shakur homicide investigation. It adds, "We will have no further comment at this time." E! News has reached out to Shakur's estate for comment but has not yet heard back. Henderson, Nevada is located about 15 miles from where Tupac was shot on September 7th, 1996, when he was gunned down in a drive-by shooting near the Las Vegas Strip. At the time, he was in a car stopped at a red light with his Death Row Records label boss, Suge Knight. When an unknown assailant fired at their car, Tupac was hit 4 times. He was rushed to a nearby hospital and died 6 days later at the age of 25. Over the years, the murder has captivated public attention with a range of theories, but no arrests have ever been made. In June of this year, the influential artist was honored posthumously with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where his sister, Witjh Shakur, got emotional when speaking about her brother's legacy.
From the first time he stepped foot on this stage of the Apollo Theater at 13 years old, before anyone recognized his name, he knew he had the dream to have a star here on the Walk of Fame. And now we gather here today to unveil Tupac's star, not only paying tribute to his contribution in the music industry, but also speaks volumes to the lasting impact he's had on this world.
The rapper was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame during a ceremony in 2017, an honor rapper Snoop Dogg accepted on Tupac's behalf. According to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the late rapper is one of the most popular artists in history, with 75 million records sold worldwide.
Okay, so just to talk about it, his stepfather, who he showed him, how to be a man and how to be able to, express his love for his people, was released from jail maybe like a couple months ago and then passed away very, very soon. Like I say, about less than 2 weeks ago. So rest in peace to his father. But when I tell y'all, okay, I remember this, and I heard the shots because we stayed off of Topaz, okay, and Tropicana, and that was not too far away from where the shots were, but you just literally heard all the emergency trucks and everything else going, and it was something for Las Vegas. Las Vegas went through that, having to be able to be there when this man went through. So just want to give y'all a heads up on that. If they are able to pull any additional information or evidence from this man's house, I would be upset with him. Okay, why would you hold on to, that's like the Monica Lewinsky thing and her holding on to the blue dress. Girl, why? This, you could have got rid of that. But To each his own. Okay, so we know that that's going on. I wanted to go ahead and speak about the Barbie movie really quickly. And the only reason why I really want to speak about the Barbie movie is because of Issa Rae playing Kristie. Okay, let me let y'all know that I am born. I am named after Kristie, the black Barbie, the first black Barbie. Okay, and Kristie Love, the detective. I just want to give a shout out to Issa Rae. Holla at your girl, okay? If you need anything as for like an assistant or you want to give me a job, I'm here because I know you just opened up your new coffee shops and you got a bunch of new stuff going on. I have been a supporter for years and I think you are amazing. Black girl magic at its finest. I love you. Every time that they catch you on air, you have something witty and something amazing to say that motivates me, okay, makes me smile as a black woman, and I just thank you. So thank you for playing Kristie, the black Barbie, okay, and you look amazing. And if anybody else has any additional questions about that movie or has a statement about that movie, you can go ahead and put it in there because I've heard different reviews from people, but I'm not really worried about not one other person in the cast. Not one, okay? I couldn't tell you who was the star. I can't tell you who played Ken, even though I know his face. I know Issa Rae is playing Kristie, and that's the only important thing to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so also, okay, when I was talking about being able to sit down and talk to Dr. Umar Johnson, I know that he has his political science degree also, and I have this question for basically all black leaders. Okay, because my question is this: if you're not happy with the people that are nominated for government, president, senators, governors, whatever the case may be, all this stuff, who would you actually put into these positions? Okay, and the reason why I ask this is because in my perfect world, I live in Marcus Garvey Estate on Nina Simone Way, okay? And that's where I live. And if I could be able to put certain people in positions that would help my people, I need to have a roster. And I need my people to know who these people are, okay? So black leaders need to be able to be aware of other black leaders. What's important is if we're working for the common goal and the simple benefit of our people, then we should be networking within each other. Okay, so when I wanted to ask, who would you put into these positions? This is for everybody. Who would you put that would be over education, which is important? Okay, because education is what are we instilling in the future people of tomorrow, the future leaders of tomorrow. What level are we going to? Do we want them to just stay at just testing level, which is just bare minimum? Or do we want scholars and people that will actually be amazing? Or do we want these mediocre, as my sons say, mids? People that's going to be in control of our well-being. Who would you put in military protection? Okay, when I think about military protection, and most people will get at me, but if I was putting like organizations, black organizations, in these positions, I would say the Nation of Islam would probably be. I'd be like, hey, I want to talk to y'all about our protection. Okay, because every time I see them in unison. I will not lie to you and say I feel very comfortable. I feel very comfortable when I see these men come around. I know ain't nothing else go pop off because they go act up, okay? In they nice suits. And I love that, okay? If I was to be able to put somebody into like national parks, right? People don't know that that's important, but it is. These are monuments. This is sacred ground. This is reparation land. This is This is sunken cities, like the black sunken cities that now are like a city that was Central Park in New York is now just a park, but it was a whole entire town at one point. There are lakes that's now sunken, and there are buildings and homes and schools and churches and stuff under this water because they sunk our stuff. This is us being able to say that these racist ass monuments of these treasonous, okay, because anytime that you decide that you go be a whole nother nation and go against your nation, you are a traitor, okay. To remove these traitor names and monuments and what do you call those things? What do you call them things?
Henderson, Nevada is located about
them things, okay? Statues, okay? The statues and stuff that we say we don't want to have to walk by or have to live with, knowing that this person owned slaves, was a rapist, was a killer, all these additional things. Why should we have to walk around with that, okay? So, and you should, you shouldn't have to walk around and feel like, all my oppressors are the people who are being praised and we never have nothing to say about it. Who would you put in over economics? Who over the money? You got this whole situation right now where they're trying to push for digital dollars, which means that you won't have the money in your hand, but they also say that we're going to have a big ass internet breakdown. So if all my money is digital and online and my phone don't work, how am I going to get some money? If I go to the bank and say, I want my money out of this bank today, after the fact the internet go down, they can't tell me where because all that stuff is on systems. Okay, so what sense does it make for us to go to a digital or a digital currency if they're saying that the internet is about to go down? Give me my coin. Go ahead and put it in the trunks and put it on the back of them horses and roll me my money, because I don't want any more IOUs, which is paper dollars. Okay, give me my gold, my silver, my diamonds in my hand. I don't want none of that IOU money. You can keep it. Who would you put in as the face of your leadership? Who would you put in as the face of your leadership? Who would you put in as public service people? If you don't know what public service is, that's the people over healthcare, that's the people over waste removal, that's transportation, that's customs, okay? And I actually have a clip about that. I want to be able to talk more about what public services are and why it's important, why each one of these departments are important. But I want you to know more about public services because it is good for us to be able to be aware of what these positions do for us. Let's go ahead and go into the clip and we'll come right out.
Hey guys, welcome to Social Studies with Tia Sol. I'm so happy to see you. I love you.
Unit 1, Public and Private Services. Most neighborhoods have all the basic or public services that meet the needs of the community. These services are not free. Everyone pays a tax to have them. The town councils are responsible for the public services and its organization. Here are some examples of these public services. 1. Garbage collection. 2. Electricity. 3. Roads and sidewalks. 4. Parks and recreational areas. 5. Drinking water. 6. Public transportation. 7. Police. 8. Postal service.
Okay. You guys. So the video is basically just telling you about the different departments that are in public services, okay? And this is an important part of us being aware of these things because these are things where we're discriminated against. The police department, okay? Transportation, all these different things, the cost of housing, all these things. So it's just important for us to know that these departments are important. And right now we're dealing with, do you know who's in these departments? Do you know who's the black leader in each one of these departments? Who do we go to be able to ask them, say, hey, I want your opinion on what's happening with the highways and them putting in infrastructure? Who do you call on? So that's for my black leaders, y'all. I would love for you guys to send those answers in or call in 702-551-5261. All right. Oh my gosh. So I was watching. So Thursday, you guys, I went and saw Sounds of Freedom. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Sounds of Freedom. It's the same guy who did Passions of Christ and got hit by lightning twice. That dude. Okay, so this movie, first of all, let me tell you the story behind it. So I go to the movies. This is like random last minute movie going. Okay, it's like 9:00. I was like, I'm just gonna try to go and catch the movie because this was the last time I was gonna be able to catch it before I actually did the show. I go up there and I go to the Maya, and when I get there, the lady says, oh, well, the 9:25 movie is in Spanish. I'm like, damn. I'm like, shoot, yeah, I don't want to have to drive all the way back home, but I really need to see this movie, right? So she was like, the one at 10, it's one at 10:25. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to wait. So she checks on it. She was like, well, do you have member points? I give her my phone number. She was like, oh, well, you got a free movie ticket. I was like, winning, okay, so I'm willing to wait for a free movie, okay. I decide I'm gonna walk my butt over to Silver Nugget to go grab me some chicken so I can sneak it into the movie theater. And I'm walking over there, and it's a group of men, okay, like it's a good 12 men, and the conversation was, you ain't gotta hit my blunt, which was hilarious, okay, because it's 12 dudes on one stick. To me, go to hell. Anyway, so I'm laughing at that myself. I go inside of a Silver Nugget, go order my food. On my way back out, a guy was like, hey mama, hey little lady, this on stuff, whatever. Now I can look at him and tell he young as hell, okay. And the dude say, he's like, come here, little mama. I said, first of all, I'm old enough to be your grandma, fine little baby sister, okay? Stop playing with me, okay? And he's like, you don't look that old. That is not an additional comeback compliment, my brother, okay? So anyway, I walked my happy butt right back over there, and I decided I'm going to go see, Mission Impossible real quick. I'm going to jump in there for about 20-30 minutes and watch that. Just to let you know, the little bit of a movie that I saw was good. I cannot wait to go see Mission Impossible because of that little portion of the time that I was in there sneaking. It was a good movie. So if you guys are out, y'all are into the James Bond situations, I would say go ahead and see that movie too, because I'm going back. But I finally get ready to go into the movie theater, and when I walk into the movie, this is why I end up going into Mission Impossible anyway. So I went to the actual movie theater, number 3, to go see Sounds of Freedom. And when I walked in there with nobody in there, first thing I thought of is sex trafficking. Okay, I was like, they are gonna steal me, and so I got to get up out of here. That's why I end up going into Mission Impossible. So I go into I come out of Mission Impossible, I go into the movie and try to set up. When I tell you that 10:25 at night, there was only maybe 2 or 3 open seats for this movie. It was packed, okay? And how they start this movie off, and I don't want to tell y'all the movie because I really want you guys to go see it, but I'm gonna give you at least 2 or 3 little things on it. I have a clip about it too. So, but this movie started off so crazy, okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go into the clip and we'll discuss after.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom.
Felt good.
You have been at this for 12 years.
My country 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring.
South of that river is all rebel territory. No one goes in. And if this was your daughter, so she's gone.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Okay, when I tell y'all that I was in my feelings this whole entire movie, okay, and I was not the only one. There was a man that was sitting next to me. He bawled the whole entire movie. I got up at least twice to give him some napkins because he could not stop breathing heavily, like he just could not believe it. So let me give you some details on this. So the children's sex trafficking slavery epidemic is a $150 billion a year industry that involves government agents being funded by large corporations, all type of things. And this business, first of all, in this movie, I'm going to expose this one part. One thing I did not like about the movie was that they made it seem like the biggest villain of this movie was a black woman. I'm going to let you be able to look into this so you know. But it pissed me off, okay? Because this happened in Latin America, and the first person that you're going to make a villain is a black woman. This movie is based off of a true story, and literally said every second a child goes missing. Okay, they say that there are more children sex slaves in slavery today than it was for all the people when it was legal for slavery. Think about how many people that is. All right. It was a special message at the very end of the movie and a QR code so you can be able to pay it forward and buy somebody else's ticket for people to be aware of this. I know that Mel Gibson is working on a film about the sex industry, in Hollywood. I cannot wait to see that, but this was hard. This was a hard pill to swallow. I went home kissing my babies and knowing that I'm not gonna let them go nowhere, because it was very this was a hard movie to sit and watch. So, but I do say that I want people to go see it. Okay. I also watched a documentary on Black travel movement, right? There was a thing back in the day called the Green Book. And this Green Book was a book that black people would pick up, and this is where they would know where they could go spend the night, where they can go get gas, where they can be able to use the bathroom, where they can get food, what towns not to drive through, what time not to drive, things like that. And I say today, is there a black book out there? Is there a book today that is out there that tells people when they come into Las Vegas or come into LA or go into Atlanta on what the black businesses are? Where can you go to be able to stay in a black hotel? which restaurants are best to go see. What are the black sites that you should be seeing at each one of these places that you go? If there is, I would love to be able to work with you. Give me a call, 702-551-5261. I do want to talk about reparations, okay? I have a clip on the reparations, and I want you guys to go ahead and listen to it, and then we'll discuss after. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
Calls for racial justice and equality are growing louder in America. With those calls comes a renewed interest in reparations. Reparations are the act of making amends to someone or a group of people who have been wronged. Germany paid billions of dollars in reparations to Holocaust victims or their families and to Israel after the Nazi atrocities of World War II. And in 1988, the U.S. paid more than 80,000 Japanese Americans who were held in internment camps during World War II. They each got $20,000. But African Americans have never gotten reparations for their 246 years of slavery. Lawmakers have introduced bills in Congress to study reparations and whether it's possible, but most have never gotten very far. In 2008, the House of Representatives issued an apology for slavery. And in 2019, bills to study and develop a proposal for reparations were introduced into both houses of Congress. But the legislation languished. Recently, there's been renewed interest, like the Harriet Tubman Community Investment Act, which the Maryland General Assembly is considering.
Okay, so just to give you a gist on that, my question is this: do you really think that we're going to get reparations? I truly don't believe that we're going to get it. That's my own personal thoughts. California said that they're talking to it. I believe it's only talking points so he can be able to be reelected next year. I don't think that we will cripple the economy for them to be able to give us the money. But what I was thinking was, you know, there should be certain days and stuff where black people should not have to pay stuff. Okay, we should probably get stuff free, no taxes for the year, and some other additional stuff. Give us stuff that's going to equal up to reparations, because I just don't believe that you're going to actually give us our goddamn money. So like Juneteenth, we should have been able to go wherever we wanted to and get some shit for free. Okay, but because we didn't, they're still talking about reparations. I know that I feel like Johnny Cochran was murdered because he was working on reparations. He was working on the exact number of what they owed us for. And each person that was, including Martin Luther King, when he said he was going back to Washington to get his check, he expressed the fact that he was going to talk about the reparations and what they owed us. So I want to go ahead and go into this last clip because I've heard Dr. Umar call Candace Owens like a coon and other things or whatever, and I agree with him that she is a culture vulture, that there are certain things that she does, like she knows the knowledge of us, right? But I think she uses it for brownie points with white people, never to be able to benefit us, and I don't like that. But I wanted to be able to play this clip because they're basically saying the same thing in this clip. Let's go ahead and go into the clip.
Facing Black America is father absence.
Only 1 out of every 4 black women gets married. The black woman is last likely to get married. She's the last married, the first divorced.
We have children that are growing up without their fathers in the home, and that is being incentivized by the government right now via the welfare system.
We have, 2/3 of our children being raised by working class and impoverished single black female-led households.
The single motherhood rate in the black community today is 74%. When the government says we'll give you more money if you don't marry the father of your children, you are incentivizing bad behavior in our community.
The destruction of a nation begins in the home of its families, and if we want to save black people, we have to save the black family. Your greatest commitment to black people is being committed to a black woman. It is still a contradiction. No matter how much you think you did for the struggle, if you really were concerned with black people, you would have committed yourself to a black woman.
Why is nobody talking about father absence, and why do we keep being silenced when we actually do?
So my reason for playing that is not to be able to go against him. What I'm saying is, we as a people, our common goals are the same, okay? And when we hear what is needed, we need to be able to pay attention to it, no matter who is being able to say it. You guys, I love you. Thank you for coming in. If you see somebody out there grinding, let them know you see them shining. This is Kristie J, this Chisholm Report. We will have this scheduled, and we'll let you know. I love y'all. See you next week.
Buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president,